I've made a horrible mistake. Hello everybody, what is up? I'm Vortac, and welcome to a new game I'm bringing to the channel called Scrap Mechanic. Now, I'm not too sure how many videos we're going to make on Scrap Mechanic. I'm guessing it'll be a handful, because this is one of those games that kind of breaks into some new ground in the building, I'm not going to say survival, because it's not a survival game yet, but in the building genre, open world building game genre. This takes a lot of the principles we've seen in Minecraft and other building games and adds in a lot more engineering. We saw redstone with Minecraft, and we've seen a little bit of engineering in a lot of these other games, but this really simplifies it, at least in the creative mode we're playing in today. There are no other modes at this time. It is a game that is in, I'm guessing, beta? And for a beta, it's very, very polished. And for me, that's part of my criteria nowadays for bringing new games to the channel. They better be polished if they're going to be early access. So the developer was nice enough to give me a copy, and I said I would check it out and maybe make a video, and I decided, yes, this is more than worthy of being on the channel. So again, I'm not too sure how many videos we're going to make. I'm not even sure how we're going to play it out, if it's going to be a let's play, but we're going to call this a first look into Scrap Mechanic. And today what I'm going to do is show you some of the building. I'm going to show you how to build, well, we're going to build an RV. That's what I've decided we're going to build, and I'm just going to hopefully help you get some of the principles of the building mechanics down. This is my first time playing. I watched a video that I'm going to link in the description that will teach you how to play Scrap Mechanic. The reason I want you guys to check out that video is because I'm not going to be able to showcase all the features and give you the tutorial as well as the video is going to give you. So you're going to see me do things, and you're like, how did he do that? Everything I learned about building, I just learned from this video. And yeah, there's also a manual you can read when you get into the game, but I already did all that. So what I want to do today is build an RV. The reason I want to build an RV is because I want to show you guys the kind of things you can build in Scrap Mechanic while also making a vehicle. So I'm going to make a base here, and yeah, this is basically it. It's kind of cool because you can just, I don't know, the building system just works. You can go horizontally like we are, and I'm just making a nice big fat base for our RV. And I want plenty of room. I know it's not centered. I want plenty of room to make a little living area inside this thing. So this does take some getting used to because I'm making it way too big. But if we just use the targeting reticle in the middle, maybe we'll have an easier time. We'll kind of walk it in a little bit, or we'll do that. Let's add another layer right there. And, okay. Alright, that's not bad. That should be big enough, sort of. It does, again, it does take some getting used to. So we have our base, and this is pretty cool. So again, we are in creative mode. I'm going to show you guys the inventory here. These are the types of things we can add to our creations. And we also have these other tools. What is this? This is the handbook. Okay, these are your tools, and this is your backpack. So for a second I thought these were tabs, but nope. There's really no organization. It's just kind of like your blocks, your bearings, your materials to mechanic things with, and decorations and so on and so forth. In order to make this thing move, we're going to need to put bearings and wheels on it and stuff like that, but what I would like to do is just build our way on top of this thing so we can make it as if it's not on a lift. The lift is what's keeping this thing able for, like, what do we call it? The lift is keeping it so off the ground so we can eventually put wheels on it and things like that. So I use tile for the floor. I'm going to go ahead and use, I think this is metal. Yes, we're going to be using metal for the walls. Now, as you can see, the blocks are only going horizontally. If we hit Q, we can actually change that. So horizontal and vertical, and then we have the two vertical axes. So that's pretty cool. Let's go this way. I want to make some walls, pretty decent size. And voila, we have our finished metal box. So there we go. We got a metal box. Now what? Well, metal boxes kind of suck. I say we get some windows in here. Easiest way to do that is to just kind of delete some spaces. So obviously we're going to need to see. We probably want a nice viewing area so we can actually drive this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and give us that for our windshield. That should do. I'm going to now take just some windows out. We'll just do like that, and maybe another one like that, and we could use some right here just so we can see out, just so we can kind of see left and right while we're driving, see where we're going. We can get into a third-person mode, too, so don't worry. You can always hold Alt, I think, and then there we go. We can zoom out. We can kind of see what we're dealing with here. Third-person perspective. Because the vehicle's so big, though, I don't know if zooming out is going to really help us. Let's give ourselves a nice back window. I'd say that's how we build. Let's hold right-click and do that. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, you get the basic idea. Building in this game is pretty easy. I was watching the video, and I was thinking, it's a little bit intimidating. I'm used to building in games like Minecraft, but really what they're trying to do is, I don't know, they're trying to simplify it in a different way. Minecraft is very simple. It depends on where you're standing and stuff to rotate the blocks and get them the way you want. In this game, it's all about quick. Like, I built these walls very quickly. So, yeah, it made it pretty easy for me to go, okay, I can wrap my head around that. We have some windows, no big deal, and we'll just keep this area window-free because on one side I'm going to place a door, like so. We can even make this door motorized and have it so we can just, like, push a button and open it. Maybe we'll get into that in a bit. What I'd like to do now is probably get some kind of ceiling on this thing. I guess we'll just stick with metal. What I've been doing to get up onto higher places is just kind of building building little blocks, maybe like staircases. We can also just, I guess we could just, that's delete. Don't delete anything. Oh, man. We could just kind of, I don't know, build something like this. There we go. And just climb on top of this thing. That's about the ugliest thing I think I've ever built in a video game. But I think we're almost there. I think we're getting close. Because what I'm trying to do here is build something for function and not really anything pretty. So how can we improve on this before we start putting wheels on it? I guess we can kind of take down the corners a little bit. Maybe down to there, just to give it a little more, I don't know, smooth out the edges. It is a little bit rough around the edges, I would say. So we can take that out. We can even take that out right there. All right. This is not so bad. Bring it down to there. Cool. So that's something. I haven't played a building game in a while. I don't know if you guys remember, but my channel started out with Minecraft, and ever since I've been playing games that don't involve a whole lot of creativity. So this is a little bit out of the norm for me, if you will. Now, what about where the engine's going to go and everything? Do we really want the engine inside the cab of our RV? Probably not. So we're going to use a gas engine. And I don't think, since it's creative mode and there's not really a whole lot of materials, it's not like you have to go get fuel or anything yet. So I don't think we have to worry about too much in terms of like the placement of the engine, if we have to use multiple engines or anything like that. It's all about aesthetics, really. So where do we want the engine? Well, I'm going to make like a hood. I'm going to put the engine like this. I'm hoping it's kind of hard to see it. I see like a little switch. Is this a gas engine? Let me check my inventory here just to be sure. Yes, this is the gas engine. We'll put it right there just to be doubly sure. We have our driver's seat already, bearings, wheels. All right, cool. We have regular seats? Yes. Yes, we do have regular seats. All right, cool. We'll use this for some decorating later on. But there's our engine, and I think because we're kind of off-center, I'm going to put it purposely off-center, right? Oops, I keep forgetting. Left-click. Left-click places things. There we go. So that's our engine. That's what's powering this entire monstrosity I call an RV. Let's encase it in a hood. We'll come up like a little bit. Not too much. Like that. And we'll come down like, you know, I'm making this harder on myself. We'll come down about to there. Let's go back into our inventory. I just thought of something for aesthetics again. Why don't we make large support structure? Can we make anything kind of like a grill for the front? That would look kind of cool, right? I'm not seeing too many options there. Oh, ventilation grid. Maybe that's what we want. Let's take our ventilation grid. We'll rotate it like that. Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Okay. Let's go back into block mode here. I want to delete... How big was it? Like that big? No, delete. I want to delete that much and stick the ventilation grid. Oh. There we go. No! There. This is starting to look like a stupid looking car. All right, cool. Let's stop hitting right click to place blocks. I played Minecraft recently, but it was on mobile, so I really have no excuse as to why I'm hitting right click to place things. See, now I'm hitting left click to delete things. Oh, sigh. So you might be wondering why our RV is sitting on the ground. Well, physics kind of screwed me over, and I did some tweaking and decided, okay, well, since the lift will actually allow you to lift the entire creation up when it's done, which I didn't know it would do, we can just build this thing on the ground and stop dealing with the silly lifted physics problems I was having. So, the next thing we're going to want to do is, since we have the engine stored in there, we're going to want to create the driver's seat and the passenger seats as well. Now, in order to do that, I'm just going to bust out the driver's seat and place it there. And I can go ahead and grab another seat, not a driver's seat, but just a seat, and place it up front here. This will kind of help us decorate a little bit too, because I can place these all around if I like. But let's put it back there. There we go. Now they're off center, which is kind of driving me crazy, so I'm actually going to go ahead and delete that and place it right there. There we go. So now I can have a driver and a passenger sit down in the RV. But what about the rest of it? So what is this? What makes this an RV? So far, it's just a big empty box with a driver's seat and a passenger seat. So let's take a look at the decorations. Now we got some toilet paper. We have some plant containers we can use. Let's come up like that. And we'll make kind of like an L-shaped cabinet countertop thing. All right, there we go. So what other decorations do we got? We have some plants. We can put like a potted vine plant down. All right, we'll do that. We can do a mannequin boot. That is random. That's the most random thing I've ever seen. Why don't we do the duck statue? That's kind of neat. And I want some crates, I think. All right. Whoa, this is a much bigger plant than I thought it would be. Okay. Let's just put this guy back here. I thought it'd be like a little plant that could sit on a counter. Let's go ahead and put some crates back here like that. So we got our vine plant, we got some crates, we got a counter. Are there any like little tabletop plants? Potted plant. Potted plants are usually small enough, right? That's still pretty freaking huge. Big pot. Potted plant. Small potted plant. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was thinking. There. So our kitchen has a potted plant and no food of any sort whatsoever. And I think finally we'll put one more seat down. Just for our third passenger, our friend, our child, whatever it may be. We'll throw him in a normal, non-driving seat. There it is. We'll put that like right there. There. He'll face the door. All right, cool. So now what I want to do is put this up on the lift. I want to drive this around. So I'm going to make sure to be careful to select the floor. I was having so many problems. I hope this works. There we go. And now we have hopefully the entire RV lifted. I will place it down like so. And it looks like that's just about all of it. I could probably use some touching up on the metal there. No big deal. So just missed a couple little blocks. And I need to see the actual lift itself so I can use the arrow keys. Oh, cool. We can lift that as high as we need to. So we'll put a bearing here and a bearing here. And then we can put the legs on the back. They can just be standard legs. I don't need bearings back here. So we'll come down like that. Like that. And then we'll put down the legs attached to the bearings. Like so. So it's equal height off the ground as it is. And now we just need to place the wheels. And for that, we're going to need bearings on every single pillar that we've made here. Simple enough. So we got our bearings, and now we'll throw down some wheels. This is cool. It kind of reminds me of Little Big Planet a little bit. The way the mechanics, the engineering works for just placing stuff onto little servos and things like that. So, that looks so stupid. Okay, there we go. Now, we'll have to get our connecting tool. This is what's going to power everything and make it so our RV is actually drivable. Since it's sitting so high off the ground, I'm just going to stand down here and connect things using the dots. I know that's the driver's seat. I know that's the passenger seat and the other passenger seat. So the driver's seat needs to be connected to the wheels. Actually needs to be connected to these bearings up here. So our steering wheel is going to turn those. And it also needs to be connected to the engine. That's going to power the driver's seat. So by making a bad connection, you can always just drag it over again, and it knows to delete that. That's good. So I know the driver's seat needs to control the wheels, and I think the engine actually needs to control these bearings back here. And that will allow it to... now we have power. We need to power all the wheels. It looks like we can drag this just about as far as we want, which is good. I was actually afraid of that. So there we go. Power to all the wheels from the engine. The steering wheel steers the wheels. I think that's it. Now what we need to do is make sure they're turning the right direction, and these ones are not. So if we right-click, we can change the rotation. We want everything going forward. Otherwise, we're going to have a mess on our hands. So there we go. Go forward. Ta-da! No, wait. That was already forward. Cool. So everything is moving forward. Everything is as it needs to be. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we might be ready to drive this sucker. So let's go ahead and drop the lift. And it sounds like it's on already. And it's rolling away from us, slowly but surely. I'll quit my sledgehammer for no reason. I'm going to hit E. And, not go anywhere. Oh, I think I figured out the problem. See, we need to set the engine's speed. Otherwise, it doesn't know how fast we want it to move. So let's left-click and get this whole thing lifted up again. I'm going to put it up. There we go. We need to access the engine. I should have probably just left this part open here. And that way we can have easy access to the engine. There we go. And this will... I'll just leave... There we go. Just this spot open. E to use. So we got to select our speed. It looks like it's off right now. We don't want to go too fast. This is a pretty big machine. I don't know if weight is a factor yet. There is physics in this game, but I don't know if weight of the vehicle itself is a factor. So let's put it up to there and just see how it goes. And we'll drop the lift once again, like so. And hope for the best. Oh, there we go. Now that we got some speed, we can actually move. So I did adjust the steering wheel to turn the wheels, but it looks like right is left and left is right. So that didn't work out too well. Also, perhaps weight is a factor because we are not getting anywhere at all. Oh, we can go in reverse. That's good. Why don't we get out? I'm going to go back to our connect tool, and I guess we'll just change the orientation of those. Like that. And why don't we see if we can make this thing go any faster? I don't like that I have to lift it up every single time. I'm going to be lazy and just pop out a block, and there we go. Let's make it go as fast as it could possibly go. Perhaps we'll need 2 engines. I don't know. We'll put back a block right there. Okay. E to use. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So it runs. Good. It doesn't turn very well. The turning radius is abysmal. If I hit that way... Are the wheels turning? I need to see this. The wheels are... That's not how you make wheels. Look at that. So left turns them both... Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, right turns them both that way, and left turns them both that way. So I just keep reversing them. That's not helping. Let's get our connect tool out one more time. And this one seems to go in the direction I need it to. We'll just change the direction of that one. Okay. So only one of them needed to be changed, and I, for some reason, switched both of them for no reason. Let's hit E again. There we go. Now we have an RV. Sweet. So we can absolutely go on a road trip now and find somewhere to live in harmony. Let's see if I can change my orientation. Yes, I can do first person. Yes. That's perfect. And now we can explore the lands of Scrap Mechanic in style in our brand new awesome RV. Now, if we flip the RV, we can always use the lift to pick it right back up. No big deal, so I don't mind, you know, it drives way too fast. Looks like we already got some, I don't know, some biome activity here, too. So the terrain is really nice. I have no idea if it's infinitely generating or not. But cool. This is something... Oh, it's not, because you can see a fence out there. This is something, though, that Minecraft never let you do. You can never build a vehicle and drive it around, which was hugely disappointing. Now, this game isn't even done yet, and the first thing they did was give us the option to build vehicles. So, that's pretty cool. Perhaps, if we make another one of these, we can focus on building something that flies. That is possible. We can put thrusters on it and fly it around. That would be pretty fun. But I would love to see more furniture in this game. Definitely more things to decorate with, and make it feel a little more like it's moving in a survivalistic, you know, sort of way. I'm sure eventually this terrain will be filled with caves, and you can go mining, and you can get materials, and you have to craft the engine, you have to craft the seats, you have to craft the steering wheel. Maybe you have to get wires to connect things with. You know, there's a lot of possibilities here if they follow that survival Minecraft model. But for now, I could see having hours of fun just playing this in creative. So that's pretty cool. Guys, in the comments below, I want you to let me know what you think of Scrap Mechanic. I know I've been playing a lot of different games on the channel lately, but this is one of those ones I can see having a lot of fun with. I already know Weem has it. Perhaps, maybe Weem and I will do something in Scrap Mechanic. I'm not sure. Very possible. Maybe I'll get my hands on another copy. Mojito might join us. I can just see playing this a lot. Building really cool things with friends. And having a grand old time. So, this is so cool. You can build whatever you want, just drive it around. And one last thing I wanted to ask you guys, random question for the comments, if you're willing to take my little survey. Lately I've been posting a lot on Twitter. I've been thinking about promoting my Twitter following. I've been doing a couple little things to let you guys know I'm on Twitter. But Twitter's pissing me off a little bit, and I'm more curious about where are you guys hanging out on the internet? So, in the comments below, if you want, let me know your favorite social media network, the one you use the most. And, yeah, I might ask you guys this in a few videos from now, just to kind of get a really good number of people who use different things. So just your top 3 or 4 social networks that you use, or just your favorite one, and whichever one I figure out everyone uses, I might start using it more, because Twitter doesn't seem to be what you guys are using. So... if it's just YouTube, Google+, whatever, let me know. No big deal. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to slap a like if you've enjoyed. If you're interested in picking up Scrap Mechanic, perhaps we can join each other. Add me on Steam. I'm Vortac on Steam. You can add me, and maybe we can start playing this together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. It doesn't look like I'm doing a whole lot of damage, but I am dodging the bat swings, so that's good. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Ouch. Look at that graph. I deserve that.